All right, let's get to making our keto-friendly peanut butter bars. So I've already softened a whole stick of butter just so it would melt a lot faster in the microwave. And all you need is a whole stick of butter. And then I use the 100% peanuts. This is Crazy Richard's, which is personally my favorite brand. If you look at the ingredients, it will just say peanuts. The ones that say peanuts and sea salt, those are fine too. They work just fine, just not all the other ingredients. So you're gonna wanna stir this up because if you look in there, you'll see all the oil settles at the top. And then when you get to the bottom of your peanut butter, it will be really, really thick. So you're just gonna give it a good stir. And you are not gonna use a measuring cup because it'll just stick to it. You're just going to pour half of a whole jar of peanut butter in the bowl. And it smells so good. It smells just like peanuts. So there you go, I'll show you what that looks like. Just a stick of butter and that half jar of peanut butter. You're gonna put it in the microwave at 40-second intervals until it's completely melted. So let me just slide this in the microwave. Okay, while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and get the topping, the chocolate top in the pan. So this is the pan I like to use. It's a vintage pan I found actually at a secondhand store. It works great. So you're just gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, put it right in there. And then you're gonna take your baker's chocolate. This is pretty bitter. It doesn't have any sugars in it. This is what I like to use. You can use whatever you want. You can actually melt Hershey's bars if you would like to. This is just the healthier keto-friendly version of it. And I take 4 little bars like this, put it in there. Only 4 is what I use. And then I put this on the stove top on low while I'm cooking the rest of this. So let me go ahead and do that. Here we go. And that will melt really slowly because you don't want to burn it. All right, the peanut butter and the butter is all done. So let me get this out of the microwave. Now my bowl gets pretty hot. It's a glass bowl. And here's the mixture. Let me actually show you that. Just melted peanut butter and butter. Smells delicious. So I'm gonna stir that up just a little bit. Okay, now what you're gonna take, this is awesome. This is your naked PB. I just refill this. I got this big jar and I just keep refilling it when I buy new. But what the ingredients are in this is, let me show you. Ingredients, roasted peanuts. That's all. Roasted peanuts. It's just a raw peanut. It smells just like peanuts. Super, super good. It smells amazing. So this, you're gonna take 2 cups of your powdered peanuts. It doesn't have to be exact. That's the joys of cooking. It is pretty consistent. If you need it to be a little bit thicker, you can always add more. If you want it to be a little bit more like fudge, you can just add less. This one right here, put 2 cups of that in there. And then for a sweetener, this is your Swerve, the ultimate sugar replacement. This right here, it usually lasts a good bit because I only use 1/4 of a cup in this recipe right here. I'll open that up. And if you've never seen this before, it almost looks like powdered sugar. And it doesn't really have a smell either. I've never smelled it before. So that right there. And then I take my salt and I just put a couple twists of salt in there, just seasoning to taste. Because my peanut butter nor my peanut powder has no salt in it. So you really want that salt just to add a little bit of taste. A few drops of your pure vanilla extract. And yet again, you can buy the stuff that's not pure, but I prefer as pure as possible. And then you're just gonna stir it all together. Now the consistency that I like it is kind of like fudge because after you put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, it hardens up in your face. So this right here. This is what it's gonna look like. And like I said, if you like it thicker, just add some more peanut powder to it, whatever that might be. Okay, so now you're gonna take your peanut butter mixture, all that goodness, and you are going to take just a regular pan. I believe this is a 12 by 9. I use different ones every time. And you're gonna line it with parchment paper. It doesn't have to be cut exact. I never cut it exact. And you're just gonna empty it out right in the middle. And it's still nice and warm too. And always have a fork on hand. For some reason that utensil really comes in handy with really cooking or baking anything. There we go. So at this point, you take your freshly washed hands, you remove any extra rings, and this is what it looks like, just a lump of fudge. So I take my fingers and I just push it into place. It sticks a little bit, that's just peanut butter for you. And the palm of my hands, just to kind of push it up into the corners, smooth around the edges. And once you get this semi-flat, when you drizzle the chocolate over it, it really just fills in the grooves. Anyway, so you're not really gonna see the surface of your peanut butter bar. You're just gonna taste it. So here's that. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna wash your hands. So now the chocolate, this is where that comes into play. It's nice and warm, not piping hot. And I'm just going to empty it out onto the top. The perfect consistency. I always have a sink of soapy water. It makes cleanup so much faster. Then you're just gonna pat it around, let it just, I'll show you this one. There you go. And it's just gonna fill in all the crevices, go around all the corners. It's gonna do all the work for you. There you go. It's actually pretty cool to watch. Now this, after you get it all spread out evenly, the perfect presentation piece, kind of even it out a little bit, you can take, and again, your handy dandy fork, and you can kind of spread it out just a little bit more. You're gonna put it in the freezer or the refrigerator, that's completely up to you yet again, for about 40 minutes or so. Okay, now I actually have one in there right now I will pull out for you to show. Okay. So this is the one, I actually made this morning, and this is what it looks like when it's all done. And what's great about parchment paper is, ta-da, you can just take it right out just like that, grab a knife. I didn't really grab the big guy for anything I'm cutting, even if it's a tomato. So this, I just rack it back and forth, cut it into pieces. And you can cut it into little squares, triangles. I use this for so many things. I use it to snack on little pieces like this. I even make an amazing breakfast shake out of it, and that will be in another video. Check that out, it's amazing. It even smells like peanut butter. It just smells amazing, and this is a healthy go-to snack that not only kind of suits your chocolatey, sugary needs, but also a little bit of salty needs as well. So be sure to subscribe, drop a comment below if you try out this wonderful snack, and be sure to watch our other videos.